Yo, 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 what's good? Thank you for coming to the House of B.a.r.f. I'm Chanman, and before we get started, I would just like to emphasize that the content that we share on House of B.a.r.f. is for informational and entertainment purposes only. We are not financial advisors, and the information provided should not be considered as professional financial advice. Investing and financial decisions involve risk. It is crucial to do your own research or consult with a qualified professional before making any financial choices. The opinions expressed on House of B.a.r.f. are of our own and do not reflect the views of any organizations that we may be affiliated with. Please remember that past performance is not indicative of future results, and the financial landscape can change rapidly. Always conduct thorough due diligence and seek financial advice from a financial advisor tailored to your personal needs and circumstances. By listening to this podcast, you agree that the host and in the future, if we have any guests, are not responsible for any financial decisions you make as a result of the information presented on House of B.a.r.f. Now let's dive into today's episode. Yo, yo, yo! What's good, it's Chairman House of B.a.r.f. What's poppin'? Woo! I'm Mr. Get my bitch took. Other guys taking her on their trips. Like, no, I'm kidding. What's popping with y'all? Man, just sitting here chilling. I actually finished The Crown. Went to Prime. Started a new show called The Chosen. Just sitting here. It's quiet. Actually, I'm gonna be solo dolo. Not all the way solo dolo, but solo dolo for the holidays. It's December 23rd, so a couple days to the holidays, but usually, I'm not trying to sound, haughty or anything, but usually somebody will call me and be like, hey man, I heard, you by yourself for the holidays, feel free to stop by, and I'll be like, yo, is there any, turkey legs and gravy? Cause that's like my favorite, man. Yeah, big old Flintstone joint with some gravy. But nah, I'm gonna be good. Seriously, I've kind of slowed down on eating so much. Really just been cooling. Just that holiday food, man, just backs up in you. But yeah. Besides stuff being backed up, I was looking at something about fish and how fish usually stays in your digestive system for like 72 hours, compared to like red meat stays in there for like 6 weeks. So you really want to get foods that, digest quickly. You don't want to be having this gunk. Supposedly, I could be wrong about this, about 7 pounds of just, build up in your intestines. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to just get some hot water and just, and actually I try to drink, hot water. I tell people it's tea because it looks like tea, but it's really not tea. It's hot water with lemon and honey, cayenne pepper, and apple cider vinegar. That's what's in it. And ginger root. And I got to find some more of those drinks because that's pretty much, I throw it down in the morning, and it cleanses you out. Like, I give it about 30 minutes to 45. I want to give it a whole hour, about 45 minutes, and it cleanses that system out. But yeah, I had some time. I was like, you know what? I was sitting there watching The Crown. Just finally finished the last episode. I didn't even finish the last episode the first time around, so I actually finished it for the first time, and it was really cool. Season 6 was a lot about the relationships of what is their names? William and Harry, just kind of post, their mom passing and their dad wanting to still marry Camilla, and the queen dealing with, older age. So that was really what all season 6 was really about. Really, The Crown, seriously, is a show really about nothing, but it's really interesting to watch, watching the monarchs. So moved on to a new show called The Chosen on Amazon. It has a few seasons, so I always like looking for shows that got a few seasons, so I at least have something to watch for some time. But other than that, what's good? What's popping? really, House of Barf ain't got shit to talk about. Um, this these last couple weeks have been very odd for me. Um, when I get into a flow, I kind of have to keep that flow going, right? I kind of need that flow to keep going. I, to an extent, I can be very, um, hate to put this out there because, there's people out there who'd like to take advantage, but I can be very people pleasing, you know. So I can be in my flow, and when I'm in my flow, a lot of times I like to keep it quiet. It's kind of oxymoron for someone who has a worldwide conversation with people. And I'm not being cocky or anything. I'm being honest. Like, I have like one listener in Australia. I have like one listener. Here, let me see if I can pull up my laptop. One listener in like Germany. I'm not even sure if they just listened once and it just popped up. But let me see if I can pull this up. Also, I accidentally got a job interview in India, which was cool, and then they called me back and were like, "Yo, my bad." Once I guess people kind of start looking me up, then they're kind of like, "Oh man, this guy is a piece of shit. I guess he ain't shit." Except my people who hang out with me on House of Bar. I guess my listeners be like, "Oh no, I fuck with him." I guess because I've been noticing that people have been um giving my conversation that I'm having with my people a chance. Um, and Spotify just sent me something else. Let me see what this says. Put your rap to work. You just got a ton of exclusive insight about how House of Barf performed and what your fans are feeling in 2023. Now find out how to use that knowledge to help grow your show for the year ahead. Okay, I'll take a look at that later. Not right now. Um, all right, so let me see. Let me go to my analytics. I'm not boasting at all. I'm just very appreciative. So what you want to know something real crazy? On December 22nd, I know this may not be crazy, but on December 22nd, 10 individuals used their devices to listen to House of Barf. So I don't know how long they listened, but they at least listened for approximately about 60 seconds. So that's really cool. And thank you so much for that. And if I didn't start off already, thank you so much to anybody and everybody who decided to stop by and kick it with your mans. I appreciate it. So United States, let's take a look. Oh wow. Pretty pretty just big in the not big, but um how let me see. Like 90% of my audience, let me see, or was it 99? Let me check real quick. Let me go back. 98% of my audience is from the United States. 64% of that is from Maryland. 17% of that's from Virginia. 13% of that's from the District of Columbia. 1% from North Carolina. 1% from Louisiana. 1% from Tennessee. 1% from Massachusetts. 1% from Wyoming. Damn. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Hell yeah. All around. That's what I like. I got 1% of my audience from Germany. 50% of those people are from Land Berlin, and the other 50% are from Bolivia. So thank you so much from the people out there in Germany. Let me go ahead and pull up my Google real quick. How do I say thank you in German?
In German, that's Danke.
Danke. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. In Australian, in Australia, Victoria, 100% of my audience is from Victoria. Let me see. How do I say thank you in Australian? I think it's just thank you, right? But let's say let's see. How do Aussies say thank you? Let me try one time. How do real Australian people say thank you?
According to Quora, thanks heaps, thank you. I really appreciate your help. Just simply say, thank you. Other times you just mutter, thanks, or just tanks as in, yanks, with a T, or say, ta, as in tar, or thank you, ta.
All right, tar. Uh, all right. Then let me see. 1% of the audience. Well, let me go back. Sorry about that. From Canada, Ontario. I imagine it's just thank you, but let's see if there's another like slang. What is slang for thank you in Canada? Let's see. How do real Canadians, if there's any type of slang that we just don't know about? Mercy. Mercy. All right. I get that's for I know the French Quebec. Um and then again the last place is India. Uh Maharashtra and Karnataka. Don't know what language they speak there, but let's take a stab at it. What's the languages in India? What are some of the languages in India?
The
Okay.
official languages of India are Hindi and English.
Okay. So, how do I say thank you in Hindi?
In Hindi, you would say Dhanyavad.
Dhanyavad. So, thank y'all so much to anybody and everybody. Definitely do appreciate it. It's definitely a pleasure that I mean, even the amount of people who've taken some time out of their day to come kick it with me. In the last 30 days, there've been let me see, 103 people who have shown an episode to anyone on Spotify. So somebody's like shown an episode of mine to somebody else in the last 30 days. That's 103. What is that? 3 times a day? Let me check that real quick. 103 divided by 30. That's 3.4. I mean, every day for the last 30 days, 3 people have taken an episode of mine and shown it to somebody, and that is just my analytics just show me on Spotify. So, I mean, it doesn't show me right now House of Barf is on 6 other platforms. It doesn't show me those. So, who knows? On the other note, things I've been working on. So, I went to SBA.gov and I put in an application to get a small business loan. Now, the small business loan shit is not working at all. So I'm getting the phone calls. People are calling me up. Boom, 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 boom. Yo, we want to give you a loan. We want to give you a loan. I'm like, sure. They're like, how much does your business make a year? And I'm like, actually, nothing. I just started. Just registered it back on October like 24th. What is it? So it's been 2 months. It's been registered for 2 months. That's insane. I haven't got shit done. And then they're like, hey, my bad. We thought you were making money. You can look up microloans or something, and that may be a better avenue for you to go down. Because they were like, we were planning to give you like 200,000, 250,000, and we just want to know that there's some way we're going to get our money back. And I'm like, look, man, you got to give me a chance. Like, look, I'm on my last shit leg. You know what I'm saying? One leg is tore up. I'm on my last leg, and I need somebody to help me. You know what I'm saying? And like, you help me out those first couple months, I'm just going to be paying you your money back from the loan. And then after a couple months, it's very possible that I may be able to generate some income. And once I start generating that income, then I'm going to start paying you from the income. You know what I'm saying? And then like, we're going to figure this out. Before you know it, it'll all be taken care of. Or, just like everybody who got a law degree or a medical degree, or I don't know, those degrees that cost $100,000. At least I took my 6 figures and I invested in myself. And I'm not saying that if you go to college and spend $100,000 to get a degree, that it wasn't investing in yourself. I think that's investing. I think a law degree, all those degrees are very important. Don't get it twisted. I may go back and get my law degree and everything. I will admit this though, I'm not going to try to pay for it. I'm going to try to have somebody pay for it for me. But you get the law degree. There's almost no guarantee that you're going to be working for, a major law firm that's going to give you the income to start paying those loans back. Pretty much, you're going to have a law degree, and no offense, you're going to have a regular 9 to 5, and you could almost say to yourself that, man, that 6-figure debt is not going to probably get paid off until either I write a book, become president, or I don't know, some shit that just is going to pop off. It's probably going to be something I'm not going to be able to pay off until I'm probably up there in age, and I finally crack the code of some medical engineering or something. Other than that, pretty much that debt's going to be there. And, you just love what you do. You have to love what you do. If you're, I don't know, a geriatric doctor or a pediatrician or whatever it is, or if you're a lawyer for family law or whatever it is, you just got to love what you do because the debt's not going anywhere. Okay. So what I could do is if I get a 6-figure loan, I can throw it into myself, even if I blow it all. Okay. I got to go back to the Frank Sinatra, at least I did it my way, and instead of, for me, it's not productive for me to go to work. I know it sounds terrible. And it's like, oh, this guy's just allergic to work. To get a, what is it? A Xanax? Not a Xanax. I'm sorry. That's something else. Get a Zyrtec or something. It's like, dude, get a job and get a Zyrtec. Yes, I understand that. It's not that I'm not ever going to go back to work. This is not how I'm looking at it. But one thing I noticed is I'm not going back to work the same person I was before. Going to work before, I was working for massa. Not NASA, massa. All right, I was going to work for massa, doing what massa said. Yes, we need you to come in on Saturday. Okay. And matter of fact, we're going to need you to come in Sunday as well. Yes, no problem. Don't touch my stapler. That's how the approach was. And it's so soul sucking. I mean, it just sucks the life out of you. You're sitting there, you're a grown ass man, and you have to act like a, I don't even want to say what I was going to say, but you got to act less than a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not cool. So, you know what I'm saying? You got to take the bass out of your voice. You got to hunch your back over. You know what I'm saying? All that just because you don't want to intimidate anybody. Because as soon as you intimidate anybody, they're not going to fight you with their fist. Of course not. That's not the way we're going to go. But what are they going to do? They're going to call their big dogs up out there and wherever they from, wherever the big dogs, Chicago, Massachusetts, New York, Boca Raton, wherever big dogs lie, California, Seattle, those places. They call their buddy and the big dog. Hey, man, we got this issue with this guy. He thinks he knows it all and he don't know shit and his grammar's off and his verbal is off and we got to do something with the guy. And then they're going to give you a hard time and they're going to go down the legal route. That route that a lot of us don't have a lot of experience in, the politics, the work culture and politics and all that bullshit. Now, when I go back to work next time, if things go well, I'm going back to work to contribute to the company. And you're going to work to contribute before, but there was always this resistance against you. Get in your place, know your role, just do what we tell you to do and shut the fuck up. And you kind of sit there and you're like, you know what? Hey, if this is what they want from me, this is what they want from me. I don't know what to do. And then if you crunch numbers and you see how much you're getting paid, no, and I'm not saying there's not a lot of individuals getting that fat ass paycheck, but you sit there and you crunch the numbers and you see how much you're getting paid. And let's just say you are making some crazy amount, $250,000 a year, $300,000 a year. At that point, you have to ask yourself, how much time frame do I have to be making this? Now, you may have, longevity. If you got the 300,000 and the longevity, like you can be there for years, that's beast mode. But if you're making $300,000 a year and it's probably just going to be for like 1 year, well, then you really got to maximize this out. You know what I'm saying? But if you crunch the numbers and you take the numbers, but let's say you're not making the 300,000, let's say you're making the 50,000, the 80,000, the 100,000. Not saying that it's not enough. Really, if you do it right, it's enough. Really, seriously. I could probably do okay with, 60, 70, 80K maybe. 80, I could probably stretch that out and make it work. Is it going to be easy? Hell no. With the commute, with the socialization, with the bills, it's not going to be easy, but I could probably get by with it. You know what I'm saying? That's probably about 2K every 2 weeks. Probably like 3K every 2 weeks. Can make it work. Can survive. But once you take the numbers and you crunch them up, and what do I mean by take the numbers and crunch them up? Real quick, I'm not trying to hold y'all up too long, but let's take it real quick. Let's say you get let's take a $50,000 salary. and multiply that by 30, because nobody's going to retire till we're 74 anyways. They're going to keep pushing that up. And we already know Social Security, they're trying to get rid of it and all this stuff. But let's say 50,000 times 30. No offense, man. 1.5 million. In 30 years. 30 fucking years. 1.5 million. And then I'm pretty sure you get 100K. Well, it's going to be 3 million in 30 fucking years. Okay? You give 30 years up to this company to get $3 million. Now, let's be honest. I've been hearing a lot of people say, let's be clear. All right? But let's be honest. So, you got 3 million. We all know. I'm going to say we're going to end up with 33% of that, because where I get these numbers from, so I used to like to do a lot of eBay. It got me by for a little bit, couple years. Man, kind of being surrounded by haters. You know, haters were always making fun of me doing the eBay shit. You know, but I like to do eBay sometimes, back in the day. One thing I realized about doing eBay was I would bring in $1,000 a month, something like that. Not even a month, to be honest. I was probably bringing in like $1,000 a week. Shit was crazy. But let's say I brought in $1,000 a week doing eBay. And seriously, when I was doing eBay, I was selling shit out of my house. I'm not kidding. If I had a pair of shoes I wasn't wearing anymore, I just took a picture of them and put them on eBay. Like, seriously, I'm not kidding. If I had a shirt that, you know, I got a stain on it, and I was like, man, fuck that shirt. I'm not going to wear it no more. I take a picture of it, put it on eBay, somebody get it. I'm not playing. Like, it was some crazy shit. I wasn't going out to Goodwill or some stores. Never did that. I'm talking about, you know, I got a couple little ones. They grew out of the shoes that they were wearing for, you know, soccer or whatever it is. I take a picture of them, throw them on eBay. It was kind of a routine, and it went pretty well. So I realized, you know, making $1,000 a week on this, doing this, because at the same time, people are still shopping. Basically, what happens is the account gets churned, and it becomes, hey, whenever you need to go shopping, just use the PayPal debit card. You know what I'm saying? Just use that card anytime you need to go shopping. But then whenever you're not using any clothes or anything, take a portion of those clothes or whatever and donate them, because, you know, I don't need to capitalize on everything. I still want to make sure that we're giving back. But a big portion of it, just put in that pile that I have, you know, in the storage unit or whatever, just put it in there, and then I'm just going to go through all of it and, you know, sell it all. So it becomes this wheel that's just churning. So then, but what I noticed was that, let's say I brought in 1,000 a week. I really only got like 300 of that, because 1/3 I would say went to the shipping carrier, whether it's USPS or UPS, whoever was being used. 1/3 of it went to the carrier, and another 1/3 went to packaging and supplies, because I would get the bubble wrap, and I would get plastic. Then you also got to get paper. Then you got to get ink. Then you got to get tape and scissors, and you got to use that stuff constantly. I mean, was constantly at Home Depot or on the internet ordering bags. I still got some bags. I haven't done eBay in a while, probably a year, probably 2 years, and I still got some plastic bags that I used to use. And whenever somebody wants something from me or whatever, or I want to send out a package, I just grab one of those plastic bags, you know, bubble wrap it up. I don't even got no more bubble wrap. Right now, I'm just using those plastic bags from the grocery store. I wrap it in that, put in the plastic bag, gone. People be like, damn, Chan, how you get this here so fast? I'm like, yo, I used to do eBay. I used to do eBay. I'm hip. I know how to get shit out. You know, I used to know where all the mailboxes were, like, in my vicinity. So wherever I was, I'd be like, here, let me stop by this mailbox real quick. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. Shit, you may even get to the point where you even know the times of the pickups. Like, oh, that mailbox picks up at 7 a.m. That mailbox is at 2:30. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is go hit the 7 a.m. And then when I got to go get the children around 2:30, I'm going to go hit that mailbox. You know, so you get really good at it. And then it's real funny because even the carriers, they start to know you. Like, they start being like, "Yo, you that guy at the mail?" You're like, "Yeah, that's me. I be seeing your packages, man." Like, yeah, that's me. But yeah, so when I'm talking about you get that, so we're talking about you're going to get 3 million. You making, let's say you're making 100K, 30 years, 3 million. Now, in reality, after all the bills, you know what I'm saying, all that type of stuff. No offense, I don't know, medical expenses, marriage, divorce, children, cars, credit cards, all that. Probably going to be just taking a meal home. You know what I'm saying? Probably going to have a meal in the 401k, and then maybe you got like, I don't know, 500K in actually like cash. You know what I'm saying? Which is 500K in cash is amazing. Don't get it twisted. Pretty much for my lifestyle, 500K would be just fine. I mean, seriously, I probably daily, I'm not proud about this, I probably spend like $50 a day, and that's not good at all. Especially I'm broke as hell. Like seriously, like, just doing regular shit, getting a drink, eating some lunch, you know what I'm saying? Probably like 50. Man, you give me 500K, whew, I'm good. That's going to last me 30 years. I'm good. What's the name? Not to mention, I put that shit in some investments. Whatever investments I decide to choose. Treasuries, dividend stocks, CDs, just to get that annual return. I could do that with 100K of it, and then, not to mention, if I want to do any stocks, options, or I've been working on this Forex as well. Man, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. I already got the 100K that's going to bring me in the fixed income. And then got probably another, 50K for speculative trades. I mean, that alone is going to be bringing me probably 10 grand right there a year. I mean, just right there, just 10 grand a year. You know what I'm saying? Every 6 months, probably going to be getting a check for $5,000. That's not going to be enough, but I mean, that's fixed. It's just fixed right there. I still got another 100 grand to work with. You know what I'm saying? So, I could make that shit last. So I'm not trying to sleep and say like 500 grand ain't shit or, 1.5 million ain't shit after 30 years. But where are we at 30 years later? I started working for this company at, 30. Now I'm 60. Now, and 60 is still young. I'm not saying that at all. It was funny. I was watching The Crown, and she was like 80 years old, and she's starting to plan for her like demise. I mean, seriously, she's planning her funeral, and it was funny to me because I'm like, and little does this, she lived to like 101. She still had 30 more years. 30 more years. I was like, you go, girl, do your thing. So yeah, that's why I tell people all the time. When you're doing wealth management, plan for 120. That's just a number I throw out there. Plan for 120. Everybody laughs. 120. Yeah, right. The life expectancy of a black man in Prince George's County? I don't know what it is. It's like 72. Something like that. Like black men in Prince George's County don't live beyond 72 or something like that. Let me see. So people are like, planning for 120. I don't know what world you live in. I could go to Baltimore and get shot. It's like, damn. It is true. It is true. Could go to DC and get shot. What's the life expectancy for a black man in Prince George's County? 71.8 years. They didn't read it. Let me see. Yeah. Let me see if I read it. What's the life expectancy for a black man in Prince George's County? Okay, it doesn't read it, but MarylandMatters.org, October 26, 2022, life expectancy for a black man, the life expectancy for black men remains the lowest of the demographic groups measured in Maryland at 71.8 years. Wait, let me see. Here, let me keep going. Let me see. Where was it at? Let me see. Sorry, this is getting a little interesting. Let me see. 71.8. I'm hitting Control Find, and I'm going to the paragraph that was on the website. Okay, I'm gonna start all over. Life expectancy for black men remains the lowest of the demographic groups measured in Maryland at 71.8 years, compared to their white male counterparts at 77.1 years. Only 3 countries have populations where life expectancy for white women fell below the state average of 78.6 years. Wow. Excuse me. That's crazy. So, you tell people to plan for 120, they just find it hilarious. They're like, come on, stop it. Stop it. I'm not going to live past 72 years old. To my point is, correct. I mean, no, I'm not saying correct. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is, okay, so you got the stats. And that's what the problem is with people in stats, is that, like, okay, if you take a blotter chart is basically, you know what a blotter chart is. I don't know how to describe it. A blotter chart is basically a chart that blots the numbers. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, this is where some people died, this is where other people died, and this is where the blot is. This is the majority. Let me see. What is a blotter chart? Not a bladder.
According to your pelvic floor, what is a bladder diary?
All right, stop.
A bladder diary is a simple chart.
This House of Barf is not about bladders. What is a blotter chart? Nah, they keep thinking I'm saying bladder.
Pelvic floor.
Okay, but here, let me just go. I'm gonna try one more time. What is a blotter chart?
According to Investopedia, a blotter is a physical or digital record of all trades made over a period of time along with their relevant details.
Okay, I don't really know how to describe it, but it's a chart that just basically, you know, like how many people, let's say, I know this is melancholy, but let's say died in Prince George's County. We got some people at, you know, they'll draw little dots, you know, 21, 30, 31, 36. Then you know, you have your 50-year-old. Then you'll see even 100-year-old, 120 years old. And then the main big blot is probably around like 72. That's where you're going to see a lot of the dots. Okay, so this is where a lot of people pass away around 72. So fantastic. You got the fucking analytics. You got the fucking statistics. You're a genius. Okay, great. Now, what do we do with the stats? Are we just going to sit there and say, I'm just going to chalk it up at 72? Lord, take the wheel? No. When Moses had to split that Red Sea, I believe he had to slam the staff down, right? He had to slam that staff down, and then it split the Red Sea. You always got to do something. You always got to have some skin in the game. I think there's another story, I can't remember, where I can't remember. Jesus was hanging out with, I'm sorry. I know I'm always going back and forth between blah, blah, blah and whatnot. But you just sometimes, I can't remember, maybe he was carrying something with a couple ladies. He didn't need anything from the ladies or whatnot. But he said, why don't you just carry something? Carry something. Do something. Because you always got to have some skin in the game. And I really think that's where I kind of fucked up on previous relationships. Now I'm going too far. It's because I get to a point where really I can do a lot by myself. And you can pretty much hang out with me for the ride. But if you ain't got no skin in the game, then you really don't respect or you don't value what you got. Now, when you put, like, if now let's say we get in a house and I really don't need your rent money, but let's just say I'm still charging you rent. You're gonna value that place a little bit different than if I'm just sitting there like, oh, nah, your money is your money and my money is your money. Then all of a sudden you got people just disrespecting stuff, being all wild, just thinking they can treat anybody any type of way, do whatever they want. You ever see somebody that gets inside the club for free, and then somebody who gets in the club but they got to pay? Oh, I don't know if that's a good example, because if I pay to get in the club, I'm going to be a mess. Shit, I paid $200 to get in this club, well, we fighting tonight. But if I got it for free, I might leave early and be like, whatever, I'll roll out. You know, so I don't know if that's a perfect example. I mean, I'm not just trying to get out there and fight somebody. I'm just gonna be wild tonight. You know what I'm saying? I already paid $200 to get in here. I ain't going nowhere. I'm not gonna just leave. You know, shit. Let's turn up. You know what I'm saying? So that may not be the best example, but essentially what I'm saying is, if you got some skin in the game, you're definitely going to value shit a little bit more. You got to do something. You got to do something. You can't just lay around in a bed and just say, hey, you know what, man, I'm out. 72, I'm out. No. Okay, you're going to be out 72. We got that. But we still have to plan as if you're going to live to 120, 140. We do not know. Like, how many individuals did not expect to make it to 21 and now they 40, 42? You know, they had no expectation. If it would have planned it out a little differently, it's very possible, may have made some different decisions. But because we didn't expect to live so long, we started doing things a little bit too fast, started living too fast. We already been to Belize. We already been to Monte Carlo. We already been to, Djibouti, Tanzania, or whatever it is. We already been to Cuba. By the time we're 18, we 21, already been to 21 countries. You know, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Of course not. Absolutely not. Nothing wrong with that at all. But we're just living too fast. You know, going too fast, not planning this out for the long haul. Now, all of a sudden, you're just like, man, you're on your second life. You know, it's like, man, I killed the first part of my life. Shit, I mean, I did good. I was out there doing my thing, but I didn't expect to live to 30. And now I'm kind of figuring out what to do with myself. Just imagine an NBA basketball player, NFL basketball or football player that has no expectations of living past 21. Could you imagine the way they live? Madness. Now they turning 40 and they have no clue, where do I go from here? All I had in my mind was I was going to play a professional sport, and then I guess I was going to like die or like transition from the basketball hardwood into, I don't know, Jesus Christ's hands. I was just going to die on the court, you know, and in the meanwhile, I'm just going to spend all my money and blow all my money. Not to mention, what if you have children or a wife or a husband, whatever, spouse? You know what I'm saying? Like, was there no concept of leaving some behind for them? Are we really going to try to live the Wiz Khalifa way of spending all of our money because we can't take it with us? I think that was him that made that song. I mean, seriously, I'm sorry to say it. That was probably one of the worst songs I ever heard. Not worst songs based on like the song. I think the song itself was actually pretty good. But the lyrics, I was like, what the fuck? How are we going to put this shit out there? I'm going to blow it all because I can't take it with me. Let me see if I can type in who made that song. I was like, it sounds good. It sounds like a good song to just, go around singing. But I was like, yo, this another one I can't stand is I'm going to spend a check and get it right back. I'm like, I like the song. Okay, cool. But that's the dumbest motherfucking shit that we can put out there for our youth. You know, like, gosh darn it. Because now we're going to have a bunch of youth talking about, I'm going to spend the check and get it right back. Like, no, the fuck you're not. That's not the way it works. You don't lose shit and get it right back. You lose it, you lose it. You may make some other money, but that money is gone. So I understand you made $500 a day. You went to the club and you blew $500 and you know you got a deal for tomorrow that you're going to make another $500. I get in your head what you're thinking. That's not the way it works because there's this thing called the time value of money. Here, real quick. Let's see. Did Wiz Khalifa have a song about spending money because you can't take it with you? Let me see. Was it Wiz Khalifa? I can't remember, man. Here, I just want to see something real quick.
Money wall to wall, young man from drinking with you. And I'll be smiling in case they take a picture. I'm smoking weed, drinking till wait for another day. I'ma take all this money I owe and blow it all away. Cause I can't take it when I'm gone.
And not saying Wiz Khalifa is not a fantastic artist. And I really feel like sometimes hip hop artists and comedians really just be saying shit for entertainment purposes. They really don't be thinking like, man, do I really want to put this out there? Because, you know, I could have a whole generation of people who are damn near like countering the productivity of their life. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to spend all my shit because I can't take it when I'm gone. Well, that's why you have this thing called an inheritance. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what inheritance is for, because you can't take it with you. But guess who can? Your child or your spouse. If she's loyal, don't be putting those Chris Brown chicks on your will. If you get worried, man, change your beneficiaries. I know when y'all first were dating, she held you down. But what I hear my man Nav say, man, you don't need a chick that holds you down. I need a chick who lifts me up. Okay. So if you ain't got a chick that's lifting you up, take her out the will, man. Take her off the life insurance policy, man. Cause I'm telling you, shit gonna go foul. And then you're gonna be sitting there, or actually not you, cause you're gone, but your children are gonna be sitting there saying, hey, my pop passed away or whatever, and we didn't really get anything. Oh, that was because his ex-wife was the beneficiary of his policy. It was like, what? Hell no, that bitch cheated on him, left him, stole everything, and then she gets more? Well, he didn't really update his policy. It's like, fuck. Now you got to go in probate court and fight for 3 years to try to get your shit back. Yo, family shit. You know what I'm saying? Got the family house or got the family jewels. But because this person didn't change up their policy after the person done there cheated on them, lied to them, stole from them and everything, they still get more shit. And you really going to say to yourself that line stealing, cheating motherfucker is going to give you the shit back? My ass would. If I got left in a policy, which I don't think anybody ever put me in. I'm not sure. But I get some shit that I really feel ain't really mine. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been married to that person for 20 years, and I'm sitting in Mississippi chilling, you know what I'm saying, listening to the locusts in the middle of the day, chewing on some hay, you know what I'm saying, paying $5 for a double Hennessy, cooling. And they saying, no, I get this fat ass $100,000 check from some old spouse that I was married to. Man, dang, take that shit. That ain't mine. That person did some shit where they forgot to update their policy, unless there is something that's like hard. Like, even though I was divorced from this man for 30 years, I did him wrong and I want him to get a portion of my will. Unless there's some words like that in there where I'm like, oh, they really meant to get this to me. Man, I'm good. Or if a house got left to me, but I was married to somebody, got the family home, after they passed away. But this is like they family home. It just happens that I was married to the person and they passed away and I got the family home. I'm dead ass serious. I could be saying this right now because I ain't in this situation. But yo, I'm going to call up one of the siblings or nephew or niece or somebody and be like, yo, man, the house got left in my name. I know this was fluke. You want me to go ahead and just transfer this ownership? You know what I'm saying? And let's just get this over and done with. If you could break a brother off, that'd be cool. But hey, look, it's, whatever. That's just me. Other individuals, man, you leave some jewels in their name, man, you could count that shit gone. Don't even call them up. Don't even hit them up. Because you're going to hear some of the lowest life bullshit you've ever heard in your life. It's going to be some low life shit. The person you thought was your auntie, that person, you thought that was your uncle. And it may have been an in-law, but we looked at them as Uncle Fred or Auntie Tammy. Y'all were cool as a motherfucker. And then you're going to hear the shit like, oh, you want these jewels? Yo, what these jewels worth? They about, these some nice jewels. This person's starting to do an appraisal on some jewels they don't know shit about. Well, man, this about a $30,000 jewel. If you break me off with like $7,000-$8,000, I got you. You're like, yo, are you serious? That's my uncle shit. That's my auntie shit. And you going to seriously try to shake me down? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo. So just make sure you update your wills, whatever it is. I say every 10 years, go back in that trust, whatever it is. Right now, I do got my Bev. It's Welch's Concord Great. Man, this shit's bomb. Yeah, man, update your shit. Don't let people just be getting your shit, or if you got a dad or a mom or an uncle or somebody that you can help out, just be like, yo, you want to take a look at your policy real quick? You know what I'm saying? So if you're trustworthy, then, don't be trying to put yourself as the power of attorney and, you know what I'm saying, try to put everything in your name. But, you know what I'm saying? But, real quick. Well, on another note, I'm going to spend that shit and get it right back. Okay. There's this thing called time value of money. I don't know the formula by heart. I should. I used to. Let me see real quick. Probably touched on this before. A lot of the topics are probably going to keep coming because, I can only take in so much information at a time. But I still try to read and do more information. I was trying to get back on my Excel. I was working on my Excel again. What is the formula for time value of money? Okay, so the formula for, I didn't read it, is PV, present value, equals FV, future value, over, in parentheses, 1 plus R, which I don't know what the 1, but the R is rate. So again, present value equals future value divided by, in parentheses, 1 plus rate. And that's the rate of interest. I want to know what that 1 is for. Like, what is that about? Not going to waste too much time, but I think it has something to do with compounding. All right. So when you spend some shit and quote unquote supposed to get it right back, technically you're not, because you have a present value of those assets equal to the future value. So if you lose those assets, you essentially did nothing with it. You blew those assets. Now, yes, you do have another check coming in. Yes. But now let's take the present value of the money you blew, include it to the money you're going to get tomorrow. Now take that present value equal to the future value divided by, in parentheses, 1 plus rate of interest. That's the difference. Now, I can't do all the math and formulas because I'm not a genius. I really wish I had, like a Stephen Hawking's mind. But I get kind of the concept. Now, I need to sit down and actually do the math so I can actually get it for real. But I get the concept. So every time you stack money on top of each other, the present value of it equal to the future value of it divided by the 1 plus rate, of interest. Now we're compounding money. That's like, I don't know, some video game where you got to punch, and you got to get your level up so that you could do like a super punch, like some Street Fighter 4 or something. And those punches are like, now, it's like a compound punch. It was like, KO, like you want to get that compound. So every time you're spending some shit to get it right back, your compound isn't as strong. Now you're doing things strange to make up for some change that you've lost. And that's not where we want to get to. Glory holes is a no-go. No glory hole here, okay? I don't want to see people in bathroom stalls, trying to make a few couple bucks because they went ahead for the last 10 years of their life was hanging out at the clubs or whatever, and now they're finally starting to figure out that they're going to live a lot longer than they were expecting, and now they got to figure out, oh man, I was spending 10 G's a day. Oh man, I had a maid that walked around, without no clothes, and then I used to have a blunt roller, and then I had a chef, and it's like, damn, dude, man, you was really spending. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, now I got to figure out what I'm going to do to make it up. You know what I'm saying? So then you get in this mode of, I gotta do, something strange. I gotta do something extra. And it's like, nah, just start from here. So there's one more thing I want to go over real quick. Not go over, but so on top of time value of money, the present value, which is the value. So don't quote me on this shit for real. The present value is the present value of that dollar. All right. So I give you $1. What's the present value of that dollar? Is it 1 or is it 0.83 or is it $1.02? Because remember, there's a rate of interest and whatnot involved. So what's the value of that dollar? Then you also have your future value. Okay, gosh darn. I was just actually reading something on future value. Where did my book go? I was really just reading about what's the future value of money. Just randomly. But here, let me see. So here, let's just Google this shit. What is the present value of money?
According to Investopedia, present value is the current value of a future sum of money or stream of cash flows given a specified rate of return. Future cash flows are discounted at the discount rate, and the higher the discount rate, the lower the present value of the future cash flows.
Okay, I don't know exactly what all this means, and also, I'm just trying to hurry up and it's no rush, but I just don't really want to hold people up all day. But okay, well let's just take some time. Here, how about this? We take a quick break. During the commercials, you do hear something about Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid stand, the book. Please support. It's coming soon. It's really coming soon. If you could support, I'd appreciate it. I'm going to be going around trying to pump the book. It's exciting. It's really exciting. And then also listener support. So please, I'd appreciate it. So let me go ahead and take a quick break. Appreciate anybody and everybody who decided to stop by, kick it with your mans. I appreciate it. I'm Chanman. This is House of B.a.r.f. I am thrilled to introduce you to an exciting new storybook journey that I believe will capture your imagination. Allow me to present Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure, a compelling short story that promises to transport you to a world of interest, excitement, and learning. The title of the book is Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure by Chandler Hayes. In a world of colorful imagination and captivating stories, a new children's book has emerged to empower our young minds with crucial life lessons, life skills, and financial literacy. Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure is a cheering short story written by a talented Black author who understands the importance of equipping our youth in the early stages of life with the tools they need to navigate the realm of money, savings, and smart choices. Meet Langston Manxon and his imaginary best friend, Zonky, a pink elephant, two curious souls who embark on an adventure around the vibrant landscape of Wichita, Kansas, where Langston Manxon sets out to accomplish multiple goals and is met with obstacles that he must overcome. Langston Manxon and Zonky discover valuable lessons of talking about finances in the home in order to gain knowledge. Langston Manxon, with a little bit of confidence, the guidance of supportive parents, the help of community members like Mr. Tiller, and his imaginary best friend Zonky, Langston Manxon learns about the value of money and how to save, the importance of making thoughtful spending decisions, the significance of thinking outside the box when met with challenges with money, and the joys of sharing with others. Through relatable experiences and engaging storytelling, young readers are introduced to the fundamental concepts of money, such as earning, saving, and spending responsibly. Langston Manxon set savings goals, teaching children the importance of planning for future needs and dreams. The book celebrates diversity and the different perspectives on money, shedding light on its role in different people's lives. The characters' interactions emphasize the joys of serving others, the gift of sharing, and making a positive impact in their community. The pages of Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure come to life with vibrant illustrations. The colorful and imaginative visuals not only captivate young readers, but also enhance their understanding of complex financial concepts. Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure is coming soon to bookstores and online realtors. It is a must-have addition to any child's library, fostering essential life skills while sparking the joy of reading. Empower the young minds in your life with the gift of financial literacy and imagination. Join Langston Manxon, Zonky, family, and friends on their extraordinary journey of running a drink stand to set them on the path of a brighter future. Your opinion means a great deal to me. I would be honored if you would consider exploring Langston Manxon's Cool and Made Stand Adventure and sharing your thoughts. Your feedback could play an invaluable role in shaping the future of this project. If you have any questions, comments, or would like to discuss the book further, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Your support in spreading the word about Langston Manxon's Cool and Made Stand Adventure would mean the world to me, and I deeply appreciate your consideration. I am a passionate advocate for financial literacy. Me, Chandler Hayes, and am excited to join the community of storytellers with a background in finances. I am driven to inspire children to embark on their own adventures of learning and discovery through the power of literature. Langston Manxon's Cool and Made Stand Adventure is a heartfelt endeavor to promote financial literacy in a fun and accessible way. As a Black author, I'm committed to providing children of all backgrounds with the tools for success, and I am proud to contribute to a more financially informed generation. Thank you for taking the time to explore this advertisement, and I look forward to the possibility of sharing this extraordinary literature adventure with you. Please feel free to contact me. You can reach me at the email c287gph@gmail.com. All right, thank you. Warmest regards. Have a great day. God bless. Yo, it's good. It's Chanmanhouseofb.a.r.f. I'm not trying to be a dickhead or anything. But first off, let me start off by saying thank you so much to anybody and everybody who decided to stop by and kick it with your mans. Sometimes I do be in a rush because I'm like, man, I don't want to hold people up because supposedly people have a short attention span these days due to things like YouTube Shorts and TikTok and everything. I don't know how true it is. As well as creating content. Believe it or not, it can take a little bit out of you. I think because there's such a pressure to be correct, that it can strain your brain because you're putting this stuff out into the universe and anybody can grab it off of the internet, edit up, cut it up, whatever they want to do and put it back out, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So there's a huge stress on being the next, I would say something like Andrew Tate, or because supposedly everything he says was, I don't know, flawless. Kevin Samuels, or rest in peace. I don't know, all these individuals. And that's what I truly get disgusted by individuals who want to create content. Because I'm like, I should be one of the last motherfuckers on the planet to create content. One reason is I'm terrible at creating content. Two, I really don't give a fuck about what's correct and what's not, because this thing called retracting a statement is out there. And three, man, I got motherfuckers who love, for some reason, to hate on little old me. I'm a nobody. I'm some kid from Wichita, Kansas. Okay? The middle of what you could call nowhere. And people still love to hate on little old me. And I'm like, man, I really don't want to expose myself because, shit, I know there's some pictures. I know there's some recordings. I know there's something out there. And I actually do kind of have some shit going on where, you know, if anybody really does want to take it there, man, I got some people talking about, man, we can file some criminal charges. And I'm like, for real? That's not no shit I really want to do if somebody try to come at me. But they're like, yo, that's criminal, man. Yo, you can't do that to people. Like, you know, so yeah, it's a whole lot of shit when you create content that your mind kind of got to be in a good place. Just knowing that at any point, this shit you could say something that's incorrect. You know what I'm saying? You could have some haters that want to put some bad shit, some unhealthy shit about you out there. Man, I was looking at YouTube earlier and it was like almost like anything that popped up was about the Smith family and their escapades. And I I don't know what his name is, Puff Daddy, P Diddy, Love, whatever, and his escapades. 50 Cent always finds a way to interject himself. I don't think I've heard a 50 Cent song in, I mean, what is he like? Apple now? Like you just keep reinventing yourself. Now he's just he should have a podcast now. Um, it's just poison, man. It's just toxic. So one of the people that want to talk against the Smith family, they said he was a friend for like 40 years. That's disgusting, man. That's 40 years you've been just collecting data, and now you're gonna use it against me. I feel like, man, that's some fucked up friendship, man. That's some real fucked up friendship. And to an extent, that's why I don't trust nobody. 40 years you've been a friend of the Smiths, and now you want to talk. I didn't even listen to his interview. That's just messed up, man. But regardless, again, with content creating, there can be such this strain of having to be correct and give out the best information. That's not what I'm on. I say, hey, look, I want to create some content for a couple different reasons. One, I feel like the content I'm creating is not even the scratch of the. Let me skip all that bullshit. I feel like the content I'm creating could be very productive for some group of people. Some group of people who, see, when I first started creating this shit, I normally had music playing, but then like I guess Spotify wouldn't play my podcast. Or no, Spotify would play my podcast. Other platforms wouldn't play my podcast because of I can't remember what the rights were. There were some rights or something that they couldn't play my podcast. So I had to take all the music off. But it was for people who want to listen to music, talk business and finance. We're not the experts. We're not CNBC. We're not Bloomberg. None of that. Actually, I was going to apply for a job at Bloomberg. I was going to go on Bloomberg website to see if they had any openings. I wouldn't mind working for them. They seem to be ethical. Bloomberg careers. I'm going to take a look at that when I get off of this. Or I could do it on the podcast as well. So crazy shit. So I applied for a job with JP Morgan in India. I was thinking about moving out to India before I got a lot of shit going on, and it's like, yo, it's probably not the best time right now. You should probably just stay local, keep things simple. So then JP Morgan hits me up, and then, I didn't even take them long. Oh, our bad. We know we hit you up. It was our mistake. Sorry for bothering you. And I'm like, man, that's some fucked up shit. I know what the shit is. People looking up my situation, and they're like, oh, he seems like he'd be a good guy to work for us. And then they look at my situation and notice I got a lot of shit going on, and then they're like, no, we don't know if we could have somebody like him around. And then and I'm just going to keep grinding, keep working. Let me see if I can find this email, because it started off with oops. I'm like, are you serious? Here. Let me see. I think I deleted it because it pissed me off so much. It might be in my deleted. I just want to read this to y'all. This shit blew the shit out of me, man. Because they're like, hey, we want to talk to you some more about this opportunity. Here. We mistakenly sent you an email about a role for operations re-entry program in India. We're sorry for the inconvenience, and please disregard the message. As always, we encourage you to visit our job search page to explore and apply for other opportunities that match the areas of interest. JP Morgan talent team. And that shit blew me, man. It is in my trash folder because a couple of days before that, they sent me an email saying, hey, exciting news. Based on your profile in our talent community, your skills and experience may be a good fit for the following job opportunity. Operations India 2024 Reentry Program. And I was like, all right, bet. Cool. This may be really cool. They sent that on the 21st. I got the other email 22nd. I'm like, damn it. But it's all good. I forgot what I was talking about that. I probably just need to just get that off my chest. But I'm going to go to Bloomberg. They seem like an ethical company. Who knows what's going to happen. But yeah, I'll apply there. But yeah, so I do need to just try to make sure I don't try to rush when I'm doing this because, oh yeah, but yeah, one, I do think the content um, is good for a certain market. Just somewhere you can go. This isn't going to be like um, it will get there eventually. I don't know all the fundamentals. If I pulled up a fundamental chart, I can't tell you what everything means. Let me pull the fundamentals on any company. I'm going to go to analyze a company fundamentals, and I'm going to just put in PDD. This is what's their name? PDD Holdings Inc. Is it Pin Duo Duo? This is the company that I believe owns Timu. Let me see. You can put that loving on me. Put that loving on me. Who's the company that owns Timu? Not T-Mobile. Timu. Yeah, PDD Holdings. All right, so let's just go ahead and take a look at this company real quick. I'll go to the fundamentals. Earnings per share. Don't really know what it all means. Dividends per share, book value per share, cash flow per share, free cash flow per share, sales per share, return on equity, return on assets, gross profit margin, operating profit margin, tax rate, interest rate, total asset turnover, inventory turnover, long-term debt to capital, financial leverage, fixed charge coverage, dividend payout, quick ratio, current ratio. To be honest with you, I don't know what a lot of that stuff means. I really don't. I can read it and I can look at it. Oh, see, PDDs, their numbers don't come up. Shit. Okay, I need to choose a different company. Let's just go to Amazon. I think that'd be easier. Now, what I can do is this. Here, real quick, let's just read it on Amazon real quick. Amazon.com engages in retail sale of consumer products subscriptions through online physical stores in North America and internationally. It operates through three segments, North American International and Amazon Web Services. I'm sorry, three segments, North America, International, and Amazon Web Services. The company's products offered through its stores include merchandise and content purchased for resale and products offered by third-party sellers. It also manufactures and sells electronic devices, including Kindle, Fire tablets, Fire TVs, Rings, Blink, Euro, and Echo, and develops and produces media content. In addition, the company offers programs that enable sellers to sell their products in stores and programs that allow authors, musicians, filmmakers, Twitch streamers, skill and app developers, and others to publish and sell content. Further, it provides compute, storage, databases, analytics, machine learning, and other services, as well as fulfillment, advertising, and digital content subscriptions. Additionally, the company offers Amazon Prime, a membership program. It serves consumers, sellers, developers, enterprises, content creators, and advertisers. The company was incorporated in 1994 and is headquartered in Seattle, Washington. Okay, so that's one basic fundamental to just kind of get to know the company. But let's go to earnings per share. Year over year, negative 1,300%. Okay. If I had to say earnings per share, okay. So the company is earning this much per share. And if I'm looking year over year, I'm not sure if this is true or not, but it looks like it's saying negative 1,300%. That sounds funny as shit to me. I'm like, what does that even mean? Does that mean there's no earnings? Like, so, but if you go over the years, in 2018, their earnings per share, EPS, I'm pretty sure people call it, is $1.01. 2019 is approximately $1.15. 2020 it's $2.09. 2021 it's $3.24, and in 2022 it is negative 27 cents. Oh, okay. So that's where the negative 1,300 comes from. I mean, if you take 27, well, I'm not sure what it is in 2023, but from the negative 2027, here, let me see. They're probably down right now. Let's say I'm going to take 27 times that by, what is it? By what? 13? I think 13. So their earnings per share is probably down negative $3.51, if I'm correct. Let me see. 0.27 divided by $3.50. No, that's 7%. Let me see. I don't know, but it's probably something like that. It's nothing like that crazy. Their earnings per share is just probably struggling a little bit. is probably down from 27 cents from 2022. Now it's probably down, I don't know, whatever 1,300% of that is. Let me see. How do I do the math? 27 cents is 1,300 of what? I think that's 27 cents divided by 1,300. Or let me see, 1,300. I'm not sure if I'm doing this correctly. I'm not sure. But see, that's why I need to do my research, do more work. Dividends per share, zero. Not applicable. They don't have any dividends. Book value per share, 2018, it was $3.26. 2019, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong chart. 2018, it was $4.43. Then it went from 2019 to $6.23, 2020 $9.28, 2021 $13.58, 2022 $14.26. So, not knowing what everything means, I can look at that and say the book value per share is going up every year. But while we're here, I mean, it's House of Barf, right? This point where we sit down and we do our research and we relax. Also, I am getting a little hungry, but I don't know what I want. Probably just going to get something stupid like Mediterranean or Chipotle. But let me see. What is book value per share?
According to Investopedia, book value per share is the ratio of equity available to common shareholders divided by the number of outstanding shares.
Okay, the ratio of equity available to common shareholders divided by the number of outstanding shares. So the ratio of equity available to common shares. Okay, so it's the equity available to common shareholders. So if you're a shareholder, this is the equity that's kind of available for you, divided by the outstanding shares. Basically, how many shares are out there, owned by shareholders. So that's book value. So if you tell me that, then that's the amount of equity that me as a common shareholder I can get, which is approximately, $14 per share. I mean, I'm like, damn, that sounds pretty cool. Cash flow per share has been going up. Free cash flow, things like that. I just take a look at it, see like, okay, I look at the numbers. Revenue currently is $10.32. I don't know what that is. That's probably in like billions or millions. Yeah, that's probably something crazy. I don't know what that's in. Right now, total shares outstanding is like, shit. It's like 10 billion. Market cap, it's like 1 billion, or what's their market cap? Like 1.5 billion. Let me see. What is Amazon's market cap? Oh, 1.5 trillion. My bad. Yeah. So, let me see something. I want to see Uber's. What is Uber's market cap? Okay. Yeah. So, I think they're expecting Uber to be like the next $1 trillion company, but they're at 126 billion, which is phenomenal. But I think they're putting them up there, like one of the next companies. Oh, let me see. What stocks are in the Magnificent Seven?
Here's a summary from Investopedia. Key takeaways. The Magnificent Seven stocks are a group of high-performing and influential companies in the U.S. stock market. Alphabet, Amazon, Apple, Meta Platforms, Microsoft, NVIDIA, and Tesla.
Oh, okay.
Bank of America analyst Michael Hartnett used the film name in 2023 when commenting on these 7 firms, and more.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, same companies that have been around in different names. Before, I believe it was Fang. And when Meta was Facebook. So it's still the same companies. I don't see Google in that list. Usually Google's in that list. And I think Uber is going to be like the next one. So yeah. Forgot kind of where I was going, what I was discussing. But the present value of cash, I know we're talking about the present value of cash, which basically, if you take the money and reduce any future assets you're supposed to get. So if you take the dollar and you were supposed to spend it on something, and to turn that dollar into $2, minus that $1 you're going to make, and the present value is $1. Then future value, I'm going to assume, is you're going to add the interest. And then divide that by the 1 plus the rate of interest, because that's going to give you compound if you allow that dollar just to keep doing what it's doing by pounding it. So yeah. So, and on top of that, there's this thing called opportunity cost, which I believe is just exactly how it sounds, which is, I don't know that formula either, but let's go ahead and touch on that formula. What is the formula for opportunity cost?
According to study.com, you can determine the opportunity cost of choosing one investment option over another by using the following formula. Opportunity cost equals return on most profitable investment choice, return on investment chosen to pursue.
Okay, so opportunity cost just basically means the return on the most profitable investment minus the return on investment chosen. Okay, so exactly how it sounds. So you have the time value of money. These are just a couple of formulas. Trust me, you talk to some economists and some geniuses, they can go way beyond this. Trust me, I'm a nobody. All right. So just two formulas right there can show us the time value of money, the present value of a dollar equals to the future value divided by the rate plus, or 1 plus rate, time value. Okay, so I get $1. What is it worth now? What can it be worth in the future? And if I have that interest rate and let it compound, what it can be worth. All right, so we have that. Now we have that dollar. Now it's time to do the opportunity cost, which is the most profitable situation minus what I chose to do. All right, so when individuals want to go around saying things like, I'm going to spend that check and get it right back, that's not technically true. It's what are you going to spend that money on, subtracted by what you could have spent that money on. And then when you do that, I'm just getting me a little bit of water. That grape juice got me thirsty. So yeah, just a couple of things that, just like to talk about, like to think about. So even myself, you say, okay, this is the financial guy. He must be really good with his money. Hell no. Fuck no. I would not be in the situation I'm in if I was really good with my money. I just enjoy these topics. It's this thing that I saw and they said on The Crown. I forgot who it was. I think it was the king who had abdicated. I can't remember who it was. But they basically, it was something like cooking. Was it golf? It was golf. They went out golfing. And the dude said, yeah, my golf is passion, not talent. That's how it is with me. Basically this right here, this economics and everything. It's just passion. It's just passion minus talent. I'm not saying I'm the best at this shit, but even me, I make mistakes. Look, there's nothing to stop me from right now. If like I got time on my hands, right? I'm chilling. What's to stop me from, somebody hit me up or even me just going out by myself? I know everybody's in town. You know what I'm saying? I know all the women are looking amazing. Not saying I'm even trying to pursue them because right now I'm going through a whole lot and it's just time for me to get my mind right. Got to get my body right. Got to do things. I got to get right. But I know they're looking great. I know they got their holiday outfits on. But what's to say? Hey, you want to hang out tonight, man? I know you're probably going to be by yourself. I know you're chilling. What's that? You want to just hang out and say, what's to stop me from saying, yeah, sure. Now, let's say that I just take $60, right? $60, I can do pretty good. That can get me a pizza and probably a couple drinks, right? That's $60. Take the opportunity for the most profit today. That $60, I don't have any plans to do anything with that $60 today. So the most profitable thing is actually to do nothing. The most profitable is just to let it sit in the bank. And at least then it can collect just a little bit of interest. Even if it's 0.0001%. That's the most profitable. Minus the path chosen. So I decided to go out and spend $60. So actually, I'm negative 60.0001, the interest that was going to be collected. So that's more so how the time value and opportunity cost works. So even me, even though it's just a little old $60, it's not just a little old $60 because tomorrow, if I were to just let that money sit, that 0.001% now becomes 0.002 because of compound. Now, don't quote me on my math because it may not be correct, but it's a gist. It's an essence. Now you got to sit down and talk to a professional to get the actual details. And I'm going to sit down and I want to start crunching some of those numbers too. Because when you look at that, you're like, oh, wow. And then I say to myself and others, don't do this. Don't go back. I mean, go back and look and read and observe. Don't go back and regret. Because when you go back and look, you're going to scroll down and you're going to be like, ooh, Club 42. Oh, Club 91. Oh, Club 2201. Oh, Club this. Damn. That was a wild night. I spent $200 that night. Oh, damn. And you're going to be like, damn, in the last year I spent about $10,000, $20,000 hanging out. Damn, that was money I could have been setting up my podcast. All right, that's money I could have been trading with. You know what I'm saying? Getting my account up and everything. True. Now, the thing is, knowledge is power, but the application of the knowledge is true power. You can go back and we can always say, damn, if I didn't spend that $200 because, man, I was with that bad chick or that handsome guy and I wanted to get that Casa Azul because I wanted to impress him, but the shots were $30 a shot and we got like 4 shots and 5 shots. So the tab came up to about $200. You know what I'm saying? And I got that extra beer. So that was another $10. Oh, man. And it's like, I got you. And then you went out to eat and you got some kebab. Kebab was delicious. The ziki sauce. What's in that ziki sauce? What is in it? It's delicious. You know, and you lose your mind. And you can get yourself into a state I don't know if this is politically correct, but a state of paralysis by analysis. And we don't want that. The thing that makes, in my personal opinion, a great investor from a bad investor, and don't quote me on this, is that the great investor moves on. Their next play. They got a next play. A bad investor, when they get hit over the head or when they make a lot of money, they don't know how, when, where, why, what. They don't know. They lost a bunch of money. They don't know how. They made a bunch of money. They don't know how. They're like, oh, I made $25,000. Get out of the position. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I did. And that can even be depressing because you made $25,000, but you don't know what you did. Or you lose, $5,000, whatever, but you don't know what you did. A great investor has another strategy coming up. Shit, I just told you, I'm sitting here chilling, and somebody's probably going to call. The calls are starting to... I'm about to hit them back in a little bit. It's already starting to happen. I told you, like, man, I know you're chilling. I know you're gonna be by yourself for the holidays. What's good? So I'm really just chilling, man. I started this show called The Chosen. I really want probably some Mediterranean tonight, like a lamb pita or something. And I'm really just going to probably chalk it up today. What's tomorrow? Sunday, week 16. I'm not even watching college football today. I've been kind of getting into it again. But Go Blue. They're having a fantastic year. I don't even know. Is it the SEC championship tonight? Oh my gosh, it's them in Alabama. Oh my gosh, give me 1 second. Or not the SEC, the national. When is the national championship? Oh, crap. When and where? Oh, gosh. I probably already missed it. Michigan. It's Michigan and Alabama. Monday. Okay. Woo! I'm going to put that on my schedule. Monday, January 1st. It's going on the schedule. All right. Tomorrow's week 16 in the NFL, so I'll probably be out watching football, eating fried foods, just watching the Cowboys. We got Miami. I don't even know if Tyreek Hill's going to play. I don't know what's going on with Miami. But I've totally lost my train of thought. But I think we got the gist, right? We got the gist. But yes, I would say the thing that also separates me from other investors is, so I did something so stupid this past week. Was with a buddy, you know what I'm saying, and we're going over order types, and my buddy had a trade. They're up a couple $100 on the trade. I can't remember the percentage. Usually I like to use percentages. What were they up? Let's just say they were up 10% on the trade. And we're going over order types. And the order type thing it's working. We were working it just fine. One of the investments, they're up 10%. And I say, hey, why don't you just go ahead and put a trailing stop or a stop order at like 5% or something. Okay, so if you lose 5%, it will exit out. They're like, okay, cool. So you submit the order. I meant to hit stop. I hit limit. So the stop price is below market price. Okay, so again, if you lose 5%, it will go ahead and exit out. Well, I hit limit. When you hit limit, it sells like right away. I was like, what the fuck? We did not mean to do that at all. And it ended up turning in that the numbers that we chose, it actually made it like a 10% loss. I messed it. I botched it all up. And it actually ended up being a good experience for the both of us. We both were happy. Not happy, but it was like, whew, in the future, we can't ever do that again. Okay? We got to make sure. We double check. It's not a race. It's not a rush. Okay? So from taking a 10% increase to a 10% decrease off of a simple, stupid, dumb move. Instead of hitting stop, I hit limit and hit submit. Didn't even check it before I submitted it, just to be like, all right, let me check one more time, see what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Just, I guess, cocky, or not cocky, just, just in routine, just doing it. You know what I'm saying? You've been doing it so much. And it was a mistake of mine, and it was a great learning experience. But this is the thing is, I ain't going to even lie. After that happened, you know what we did? We didn't just sit there. They said, well, you know what? There's this other investment I was thinking about making. And it was like, cool. Looked at it, made the investment, and we ended up getting another, they ended up getting, and I don't give advice, nothing. And, a lot of times people just want to talk. They're just like, hey, I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about that. And it's like, okay, well, have you considered this? Have you considered that? That's really all it is. You know what I'm saying? It's not, I'm not giving out no advice. I'm not giving out no guidance. It's more so like, hey, I heard about this strategy that Warren Buffett likes to use or whatever. Seriously. If you ask anybody, they'll tell you, Chan will let you know there's no advice, no guidance, anything. Basically, how can we help you improve on what you're trying to work on? So if the individual is a person who's like, look, I like to just take, a 3% loss or a 20% gain, whatever it is. That's my scale. That's what I like to stick to. Okay, well, how can we get you to improve on that? What if we use something like bracket orders? Essentially, you get your stock, the stock that you want. You did your research on this company in Israel, whatever. And shout out to people on the Gaza Strip and everything. God bless all their families or whatever. I literally just chose anything. I was just thinking, what could somebody be thinking about? Some oil in Israel or something, because right now Israel's in a situation and it may be a good opportunity. Not saying for myself, but maybe somebody says, hey, you know what, I want to invest in Israel or something, all right? So you found this company you want to invest in. So you buy the company, right? So you want to do 20% take profit or whatever, or you want to make 20%, or if you lose, 3%. Now, do you want to sit at the computer all day and just watch this jump and then you try to put in your sell limit or whatever? No, you don't want to do that. So what if you use a bracket order and you can go ahead and just let it trigger whichever way it goes. If it goes down 30% or if it goes up 20%, you're pretty confident right now that this is what it's going to do. All right. So you go ahead and do what you do. So that's pretty much things that we just talked about. But so went into another position and to be honest, seriously, ended up making like another 10%, right? On a trade or whatever. And it may not even been 10%, it may have been 1% or 1 or 2%. I think it was just like 2%. and ended up quote unquote getting it right back. Essentially ended up breaking even. It was so breath relieving, at least breaking even. Wasn't supposed to be a break even moment though. It was supposed to be up like 100%. You know what I'm saying? Supposed to make gains on both trades. Ended up messing up one, but luckily one kind of canceled out the other, and it was just a great learning experience. It was kind of like we got out of that okay. Now we know. Double check your trades. There's no rush. There's no harm. Yes, the stuff is moving. It's going crazy, out of control, and you got to hurry up. So essentially, even before you put your trade in, you should already know what you want to gain and what you're going to lose, and just put it all in together. You know what I'm saying? I want to buy at this price, and then once I buy at this price, I want to put my sell limit at this price, and I want to put my stop loss at that point. Put the whole trade in together. Boom. Now you can go rest. Now things do happen where if the stock shoots up right away, you may want to move your stuff. I don't know. That gets a little fishy. I did it during COVID. Probably one of the worst decisions I've ever made. Moving order types during COVID, kept moving, like the stop loss down. Never let it trigger because I was confused. Didn't really know what COVID was. So I make tremendous mistakes, a lot of mistakes. Okay. Learn from the mistakes. Right now, stop losses. It is what it is. If it triggers, it triggers. And your stop loss doesn't even have to be a loss. I mean, you can be up 10, 20% on something and set your stop loss at 5%. So you can collect 15 or something, trailing stop order. You can follow the gains, so just because you put a stop loss in doesn't mean that you're at a loss, but yeah, there's been times where I went naked on trades. I went long on a trade, didn't put a hedge or anything in. You know what I'm saying? And hedge, real quick before I go, I think I'm going to go ahead and stop it here. Probably try to get a little nap in and decide if I'm going to go out tonight or not. Hedge. This frustrates me because people use the word hedge and they always associate it with, that's for rich people. That's rich people stuff, right? I've heard of these hedge funds. Hedge just means an offsetting position. That's all it means. These huge hedge funds, yes, they're essentially just doing offset positions. Not to mention they're probably going crazy on some other shit. They probably use 20 different strategies, and then just imagine if you're using a hedge and then it swings in one direction. So you cut off one direction and then you just try to ride the other direction. If not, then you probably try to double up on that direction. You know what I'm saying? They probably do some crazy shit. I mean, because think about it, when you have a hedge position, in my personal opinion, sometimes you just want to close the whole position. The underlying position or whatever, the main position and then the hedge position. And then you just kind of want to close it all down, right? So at the let's say you went long on a position and it made $2,000 and your short position is down $1,000. Well, you didn't make 2,000, you made 1,000, close the whole position. Boom. Now, I'm not saying that that's the only way. This is not advice. Talk to your financial advisor or everything. But it's a strategy, right? Now, just imagine if you get real fancy with it. All right. So now your shit shooting up. You can see it moving in one direction, right? That was the play. You're like, whatever direction it is, we're riding. Okay. So then you try to cut the hedge position. Boom. Then you try to double up on the long position. That's probably the shit where they just be making money, just going all types of ways. You know what I'm saying? That's not really me right now. I will get there where I'm just doing crazy ass swing trading or whatever. Just wild shit. For the most part, it's like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I made $1,200 on that trade, but the hedge position lost $600. I ended up making $600 on the trade. Just closed the whole position. We're out of it. We're done. We're moving on. You know what I'm saying? Or let's just go ahead and close the long position if you have eligibility to do shit like this. Close the long position, collect the $1,200, and we'll start dollar cost averaging the hedge position, see if we can get it down, start selling short puts on it or something. I don't know what you would do. I don't know what you would do. Try to go ahead and start generating some income off of that shit and then see if it comes back and then close it at like a minimum. That's risky as hell because you could end up losing more and then you just lost the whole $1,200 and now you close out at zero. I don't know, or even worse, a loss. Where you could have just time value of money. Okay, today you could have $600. Tomorrow you could have $0. You know what I'm saying? And then you start looking at that $600 like, man, when I saw that 600, I didn't think it was shit. But now I lost it. You're like, man, that $600 would have been really nice. You could have even just went to the club with it and blew it. Maybe got it right back. I don't know. Say, no, you're not going to get it right back. But even so, you could have went to the club and blew it. That could have been your liquor money, your gas money. You know what I'm saying? It looks really nice when, you got it, when you realize it. Okay, you got to realize it. That unrealized money is great and all when you have your hedge positions in, when you have your order types in. Now, your unrealized gains, besides any kind of weird ass glitch, AI, I don't know, thing that may happen to just blow shit up, your unrealized gains are, for the most part, realized. You're just kind of waiting for the triggers to trigger or the hedge position to, protect you, and then you got to figure out what you got to do. But essentially, when you have that hedge in, you're protecting those gains. It's kind of an assurance, saying, hey, if this shit drops, at least my hedge will catch some of the losses, okay? Or my stop loss or whatever, trailing stop or whatever, depending on which side of the market, bullish, bearish, whatever it is, should trigger. You know what I'm saying? Should trigger, and then I'll just get the notification, hey, your stop loss triggered or your take profit triggered and you're out of the position. And you'll be like, oh, man, I really like that company or that currency pair or whatever it was. Oh, man, I'm out, But it's like it's over now. Now you got the money. Now you can either go do another play or, as people say, winner, winner, chicken dinner. And now you can go take your family out for a nice chicken dinner or a steak dinner, whatever it is people like to eat. So it's a whole lot. I know I'm kind of I tell you, I don't have content written down on a list of topics I'm going to cover. I turn the mic on. I say, hey, today we got to create some content. I know earlier I kind of was talking on being in my flow. Kind of got off my flow a little bit, not because of losses. Again, what I was touching on, what I was saying, I can be kind of a person to I can let people in. You ever start exercising or go to the gym or start trying to eat healthier, and when you start, you're kind of keeping it to yourself, but then somebody notices that on your calendar or something you have cheat day, and then what do they do? Oh yeah, what are you doing? Oh, cheat day? Oh, cheat day? You want to go out to dinner with me? It's like, I'm just, you just got that person that's in your business and they see it on your calendar or something. You didn't have any intentions on anybody knowing. Now that everybody know you got Friday cheat days, and now everybody want to join you all. Oh yeah, I used to be on a diet too. I used to be on diets and I diet all the time, and I eat this and I eat that and I do this, and you're like, okay, cool. So now you got this group of people who want to ride with you. We're all going to be eating healthier, and we're going to have our cheat day Friday. Give it about 3 weeks, everybody's going to fall off. Oh, sorry. I cheated on Monday. I cheated on Wednesday. And you're cheating all week now. You're out, all right? And you're going to start seeing people fall off. And then eventually, you got to get your mind back together of saying, okay, I was doing this on my own. I was doing great. I allowed all these people in. They fucked up my mind because I thought we were going to be doing this together. Now they're all back off. Now I got to get back focused. That's kind of where I'm at. Doing my investments, watching the market. Try to let people in. I will, just because this is, I guess, my conversation, my podcast. I hate to call it just a podcast because I fool with my people. I love my people. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want to treat y'all like it's a podcast. I'm just spewing this out at y'all, and I got to get better at my polls and everything so people can participate. But I kind of even felt to an extent God was telling me, Chan, this is not the time. It's too early. It could fuck your game up. You know what I'm saying? I really felt like God was telling me, Chan, stick to what we got going. It is not time to incorporate other individuals just yet, because right now I'm too sensitive right now. I'm going through a lot emotionally. I'm too fragile right now. We got to build yourself up. We've broken you down. You've broken you down to the point, you're really not hanging out with anybody. You're kind of keeping to yourself. You're getting your responsibilities done to the best of your abilities. You're kind of at a good point. Now we got to build you up. Getting the investments together, eating healthier, exercising, getting my spirituality right, getting everything right. Now you've broken everything down. Seriously, anybody that they'll tell you, I'm not proud about it either. I've kind of severed several relationships. I'm not proud about all this. Okay, and we're going to start building it back up. And right now, it's a good opportunity for me to just do my investments and everything, because one little side comment, one little negative comment, one little thing could throw me all off. You know what I'm saying? And then now in my head for a whole week or two, I'm thinking about what this person said. You know what I'm saying? Oh, fuck them. Why did they even say that? Like, shit, I knew I shouldn't have been hanging out with them. I knew I shouldn't have tried to incorporate them. Because you're going to learn, like, when you're doing your investments, you're going to learn there's a lot of what I would call fake traders. There's people who go around and they want to go around and tell people that they're traders. You know what I'm saying? They want to let everybody know, yeah, I'm a trader. I know everything about the stock market. And I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I'm just saying there's a lot of it. Once they find out you're trading, just like when people find out that you're trying to eat healthier, that you're exercising, they want to get involved. Everybody wants to get involved with something that they find positive. You know what I'm saying? But they're parasiting. They hop on what they find is something positive. They suck all the blood and nutrients out of it. And then when they completely demolished it, then they just let the thing die. You know what I'm saying? So people want to hop on and you're eating healthier. Oh yeah, I want to eat healthier too. I used to, eat only 1,200 calories a day. And then I would try to exercise 2 times a day and blah, blah, and talk. But they're not doing shit for real. You know what I'm saying? A lot of their money, and I agree with this. A lot of the money in the portfolio actually didn't come from investing. It actually came from their paychecks. They had, money going into the investment account, or they got an inheritance, or they got a bonus check or something. You know what I'm saying? And they fill the account up with that. But the thing I disagree with is when they try to portray like the balance that's in their account came from trading. It didn't come from trading. But I do agree with the strategy of every 2 weeks out of a paycheck, putting $100 into the account, putting $200 into the account. If you get an inheritance, taking, 10% of the inheritance, or whatever small amount of the inheritance, or if you get a bonus check, taking 10% of the bonus check or whatever, and just putting it into the account. Hell yeah, I agree with that shit. Hell yeah. If I had a job, I'd be doing that. I would be taking out $100 out of every check, $200 out of every check, putting it in the Forex account or whatever, trading, dollar cost averaging, dollar cost lowering or whatever on the positions that I'm losing in, hedging positions. Hell yeah. And you would see an account go from $2,000 to whatever, $10,000, $40,000. But if you look at the contributions, you would see contributions of $5,000, $6,000, $8,000. So technically, I didn't take this account from $2,000 to $40,000. I really took it to from about $12,000 to $40,000 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Which is more. It's like, okay, that makes more sense. But now on the other side, I still got $40,000 in the account. That's $40,000 I can use for margin or whatever I want to use. If that's what I would choose to do. If I don't choose to use margin or anything, then I don't. I just use my cash balance, which is very prudent. And prudent investing, there's nothing wrong with that at all. That, in my personal opinion, prudent investing should be the goal. Risk taking is when you're trying to get rich quick or whatever, or you just got a high risk tolerance, depending on who you are. That could just be your tolerance. You're just a high risk, high reward investment. Objective is growth, high growth. Time horizon is got to get it now. So if that's who you are, do what you do. And if you're like, yo, this is just a small percentage of my net worth, then yo, you good. If $50,000 is, 1% of your net worth, then I could see you saying, man, I could blow this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. So I'm just going all out. Like Tupac or Tupac and the Outlaws. We're going all out. I think I've worn myself out. I went on for probably about 2 hours. I think, I'm not even sure, probably a little bit less than that. I think I'm going to go ahead and chalk it up right there. So to an extent, if I could just say, don't be a fake trader. All right. Don't be like, if you're not really about it, and how can you determine the fake traders from the real traders? I don't know. I can't tell you. You know what I'm saying? If I had to say a fake trader is someone, when they take a big loss or a big gain or something, they quit. They get a big gain. Oh yeah, I made 25,000. I'm out. That's it. I'm out. That's it. I quit. I'm good. Fake ass trader. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get it twisted with another strategy. There is another strategy where you can say, okay, I made my goal, my personal goal for the day, or I made my personal goal for the year. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm good. I'm done for the remainder of the year. Like if you did pretty well on Friday or something, and you're like, you know what? My goal was to make 30% on the year. I actually reached my goal on Friday. For the rest of the week, whatever, I'm done trading. Or if your goal daily, you want to make 20% daily or 10% daily, and you made your 10, 20%, and you're like, you know what? I'm not going to risk it, because I do think that there is some type of benefit in hands off. The police force uses hands off mentality a lot. The less hands on a crime scene, the better. The less hands on trading, possibly the better. You know, what I mean by that, you get into the percentages. So let's say that you made $10,000. I'm just making a number up. You made $10,000 in a couple of hours. Now you made $10,000 in a couple of hours, but you keep trading, and now you made $20,000 in, let's say, I don't know, like 10 hours, right? Let's just say you're doing something where you can trade 24 hours, and you did some crazy trade and you made $10,000 in like 1 hour, 2 hours, right? But you kept going. You kept going. And then you ended up making $20,000 in like 10 hours, 11 hours, 12 hours, something like that. To anybody else, they'll say, oh, fantastic, you made $20,000. But it did take you 12 hours when you did make $10,000 in the first 2 hours. So what's more beneficial? To make that extra $10,000 over the course of another 8 to 10, 12 hours? Or to make that $10,000 and now you've got 8 to 10 hours of your life to do whatever you want? It depends. It's on your strategy and how you want to do it. So that's more so when it gets into like how beneficial it is. Some people are like, oh, I'm just glad I made the 20,000. I'm good. I'm happy, whatever. I don't care how long it took. You know, so that's where more so it gets into the percentages of life, time to life value or whatever. I'm just making something up right now. But yeah, now with, I would say fake traders, they're going to make the $25,000 on a bogus trade that they made, and they're going to quit, and they're going to quit long term. I mean, they may even forget about the market. They may even totally forget. They may be like, man, yeah, you should trade and make, they're going to go around telling everybody they made $25,000, and they're going to brag about it like they're the greatest trader in the world, you know, and they haven't traded in 2 years after that, 3 years after that. Then there's also the person who was doing well, took a big loss, and now is going around telling everybody they used to trade, but it's a scam and blah, 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 and blah, this, blah, blah, that, whatever. Compared to if I say a real trader more so has goals, strategies in place. So even if, let's say they wanted to make 30% this year and they reached their 30%, let's say in January, right? They still got 11 months to go. They're not going to try to make 300% for the rest of the year. I'd say that's some fake trader shit. You know, oh, I made 30. I think I made my 30% in the first month. And that means I can make 300% for this year. Okay, I got you. I hear you. I see your math. You're pretty good at it. You're good at math. Okay, if that's the strategy you want to take. I wouldn't agree with it. I would start moving on to a slow pace strategy now. You got your 30%. You went into the year saying you wanted 30% for the year. Now, and talk to your financial advisor, everybody. But how about this? How about now we just, I don't know if this is the correct term, but now we just kind of scale it up. All right. So now you can just choose a low risk. I mean, you could put it in a CD for the rest of the year if you wanted to, or a treasury bill or something. I mean, you got your 30%. Now you could just do, you know, small little investment with hedge positions in or order types in, and just make your $5, $10 there, $20 there. I guess going into another trading trade called scalping. I don't like that term. It sounds kind of racist, but now you're just taking little scalp trades for the remainder of the year. And now we're just scaling your portfolio up just a little bit. And then maybe next year we start all over. You know what I'm saying? So that's more so when I talk about more what in my personal opinion, of more so. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure there's some amazing traders out there. I know there are. The ones that work for JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Wells Fargo, Bank of America. And I know, I can't remember. I think it was Navy Federal Credit Union. They're going through some shit right now. For lack of better words, they've been racist. They've been giving out loans to like Caucasians and not to anybody. This is shit that's been going on forever in banking. If you're a Navy Federal Credit Union, supposedly if you're a minority, you had a really bad chance of getting a loan. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. I think I saw something like that in the news. So other banks and everybody are trying to protect their image. Like, yo, we are not associated, because the Navy Federal Credit Union said some shit like, we're just using the industry standard. So all of a sudden, all the other companies are like, oh, fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you just threw everybody under the bus with such a slide comment. Oh, we're just using the industry standard. Oh, damn. Couldn't even just, what is it? There's a joke by like a comedian where they're running from the police and like they both hop in the bushes and the police officers pull one of the dudes out and he's like, hey, Smokey, we caught. Yeah. Like, he's like, no, don't try to do, no, dude. Oh, we're just using, because now the industry is going to get looked at. Not even to mention the banking industry has been going through some shit for the last year. You know what I'm saying? Like 14 banks earlier this year, I think defaulted. And then maybe some more banks. I can't even remember all the names. Citizens, I think, didn't they defaulted not too long ago? Making some dumbass trades, probably going all in on Bitcoin and shit. And what happens is you get a time frame or a margin. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, hey, you good as long as you don't hit this limit. If you hit this limit, then we need you to either deposit more money or we need you to like sell, whatever you're invested in. Then there's also the maturity, right? So now let's get to a point where it's like, hey, this is going to mature by this date where we're going to want our principal back or something, depending on how you trade. And the shit doesn't meet whatever you're trying to do. And then what happens? Then everybody finds out that you were all in on Bitcoin, and Bitcoin, guess what happens? Shoots up the next week after you got to settle the arrangement. And you're like, oh, fuck. And then you got the president of, I can't remember, Argentina, Venezuela, looking like the man, like, we called it, so he looking great while your company's defaulting, so it's just what happens. That's why you always got to be prepared with the order type or head or something. I don't know. People can say, man, that loses money. That don't really make money. Well, again, do we want to go around, and this is my strategy. I'm not saying it's my strategy. It's a strategy. All right. Not saying I use it all the time, but it's okay to have a balanced approach to investing that compared to just making I wish I could be, what's that dude name? Gray haired guy. He's always on CNBC. He made like 10 billion. Is it Bernanke or no, that was Bernanke or something. I can't remember his name. But the guy, man, he makes billions of dollars for companies. You can see them celebrating. They picking him up, on their shoulders. Hey, this guy just made us $10 billion this year. Man, I would love to be making trades like that. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's also cool to just take a balanced approach to like, hey, we're making this investment, but hey, that's just me. I'm just babbling now. Let me just go ahead and say thank you so much to anybody and everybody who decides to take time out of their wonderful day to come kick it with your mans. I appreciate it. I'm Chanman, and this is House of B.a.r.f. What? I am thrilled to introduce you to an exciting new storybook journey that I believe will capture your imagination. Allow me to present Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure, a compelling short story that promises to transport you to a world of interest, excitement, and learning. The title of the book is Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure by Chandler Hayes. In a world of colorful imagination and captivating stories, a new children's book has emerged to empower our young minds with crucial life lessons, life skills, and financial literacy. Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure is a cheering short story written by a talented Black author who understands the importance of equipping our youth in the early stages of life with the tools they need to navigate the realm of money, savings, and smart choices. Meet Langston Manxon and his imaginary best friend, Zonky, a pink elephant, two curious souls who embark on an adventure around the vibrant landscape of Wichita, Kansas, where Langston Manxon sets out to accomplish multiple goals and is met with obstacles that he must overcome. Langston Manxon and Zonky discover valuable lessons of talking about finances in the home in order to gain knowledge. Langston Manxon, with a little bit of confidence, the guidance of supportive parents, the help of community members like Mr. Tiller, and his imaginary best friend Zonky, Langston Manxon learns about the value of money and how to save, the importance of making thoughtful spending decisions, the significance of thinking outside the box when met with challenges with money, and the joys of sharing with others. Through relatable experiences and engaging storytelling, young readers are introduced to the fundamental concepts of money, such as earning, saving, and spending responsibly. Langston Manxon set savings goals, teaching children the importance of planning for future needs and dreams. The book celebrates diversity and the different perspectives on money, shedding light on its role in different people's lives. The characters' interactions emphasize the joys of serving others, the gift of sharing, and making a positive impact in their community. The pages of Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure come to life with vibrant illustrations. The colorful and imaginative visuals not only captivate young readers, but also enhance their understanding of complex financial concepts. Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure is coming soon to bookstores and online realtors. It is a must-have addition to any child's library, fostering essential life skills while sparking the joy of reading. Empower the young minds in your life with the gift of financial literacy and imagination. Join Langston Manxon, Zonky, family, and friends on their extraordinary journey of running a drink stand to set them on the path of a brighter future. Your opinion means a great deal to me. I would be honored if you would consider exploring Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure and sharing your thoughts. Your feedback could play an invaluable role in shaping the future of this project. If you have any questions, comments, or would like to discuss the book further, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Your support in spreading the word about Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure would mean the world to me, and I deeply appreciate your consideration. I am a passionate advocate for financial literacy. Me, Chandler Hayes, and am excited to join the community of storytellers. With a background in finances, I am driven to inspire children to embark on their own adventures of learning and discovery through the power of literature. Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure is a heartfelt endeavor to promote financial literacy in a fun and accessible way. As a Black author, I'm committed to providing children of all backgrounds with the tools for success, and I am proud to contribute to a more financially informed generation. Thank you for taking the time to explore this advertisement, and I look forward to the possibility of sharing this extraordinary literature adventure with you. Please feel free to contact me. You can reach me at the email c287gph@gmail.com. All right, thank you. Warmest regards. Have a great day. God bless.